What is going, guys? Welcome back to another session of Bird Break and Fix, brought to you by the one and onlys. Actually, the two and onlys, the raw coders. No, the two and only Zane and Tori, the raw coders. Uh, I'm
Killing
game.
it. You're
I'm
killing it.
game. That's it's all about smashing this, smashing. Yeah.
Oof.
So
Hot day right now, man. I'm sweating.
yeah, in Bali. Really hot.
Yeah,
What's the
I just,
temperature?
that is a good question. Usually
Okay.
the temperature is the same. It's the humidity that fluctuates. Probably
Ah,
it's
right.
like 30, but it could be very humid.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense though. Yo, Convo, good to
Hey,
have you, man.
Convar. Thanks for joining. You like my
Right.
background, Zane? I finally got
Uh,
around to updating it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You've actually made the day for the channel.
Good, good, good. I was like, oh yeah, I should go grab the background. I forgot about that.
Now you got there eventually, so which is fantastic. Right, so before further ado, let's acknowledge the actual custodians of the land and pay our. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Fantastic. That was smoothly done. Right. So, just a bit of a progress. We actually the stream didn't happen yesterday before because everyone had their commitments, which is totally understandable. So today we'll be jumping back into getting the functionality of saving the notes, as in board and the notes, by verifying the passcode. So if a user's passcode matches, then they will be able to save it. If not, then haha, too bad. All right, cool. So Tori, choose a letter. Come on. In three,
P,
two,
P.
P. Okay. P. That would be low. No, element. No, P. Yeah, Lofi.
Or we can let Convar pick.
Oh yeah.
Let's
How
let's
about
let
that?
Convar pick.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a letter, Convar, from A to Z. You'll be picking the the beautiful background music.
L. Right.
Okay, thank you.
So L. Oh, is exactly. I think this is basically the first time a letter has actually matched to the background
All
music
right. Good
title.
job then, Convar. Thank you.
Fantastic, Canva.
I remember Convar had a tip with get revert. Wait, what was it? Great, I
Get
can't even remember.
get revert or forced or hard one, basically. Or
And then I looked
no,
it up,
yeah, yeah.
and then I was
Mhm.
like, I don't understand what's going on. But thank you. I should go look at that again so I can try to understand what it was doing.
Yeah, that'd be actually a great learning curve because today at work I learned a brand new thing which I wasn't able to do it, and I just googled it and I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I need. Oh, and that what it means. Okay, I'm gonna use this, which was
What was
fantastic.
it? What was it? What was the
So,
situation?
so the situation was that I took the code from the mainstream, as in I took the code from the repo
Yep.
online, and then I by mistake deleted few of the folders
Oops.
on my version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I did that on the main strip, guess who's in trouble?
No, you wouldn't. You would. You'd say, "Hey, I'm calling from a secret location."
Yeah, and then my IP gets tracked. Not anymore, buddy. But yeah, so the few of the folders were missing, so I wanted to somehow, as in, get them from the mainstream, as in online Reaper, and I found out this button which actually gets the files or the folder if you have accidentally deleted them. So yeah, that was a cool trick.
Cool.
All right. That being said, let's jump into the mighty code. And I will share my screen. Hopefully, I can do it now. If not, Tori,
Has
you're up
Has
again.
Safari fixed the issue yet?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's hope so. I heard the WebKit team is a little bit understaffed. Deliberately.
I see. I see.
Deliberately.
I know exactly what you mean. Okay, I'm gonna have to quit and reopen StreamYard for that to work. All right.
Actually, today in the world of tech news, there was a huge, what's the word? Like, law that I'm not sure if it was passed or will be passed in the EU. That's probably going to bring some pretty big changes to, like, you know, the world of online big tech. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to go and read about what the law is about and what it might affect. But I'm sure it's like last time, I think in 2018, there was the other law about like retention, like the privacy of user data. And then now every website has that accept cookies button and stuff, right? And that came from the EU, so this is also coming from the EU as well. But they just decided to, all these tech companies just decided to do it everywhere, right? They decided it's easier to just implement it everywhere instead of regionally. Hey, GekDev.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. It seems like although we are ahead, as in time and days, but they are actually ahead in an advancement in
It's
tech
called
and everything.
the Digital Markets Act.
Digital market.
Yeah, check it out.
I will do. All right, cool. So, like I said, I'll probably have to quit and reopen StreamYard. So I'll be right back.
Come on, Safari, get it together. There's always Windows. How's it going, GekDev? What's new? I wonder if this is gonna be the last stream for the app before we do testing or whatever we're supposed to do next. Digital Marketing Act. Digital Markets Act. So it'll affect mostly large tech companies that are considered gatekeepers They must have an annual turnover of at least 750 billion euros within the EU in the past 3 years, or have a market valuation of at least 75 billion euros. And they have to have at least 45 million monthly end users, or at least 10,000 business users established in the EU.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're really going after like big tech companies.
Enterprises.
Yep. And then, yeah, this is, I don't know. I'll share this. This is straight from the EU, but I can't share with the chat, but if you can share, if anybody's interested. And that, I think that news just came out today. Buddy. Y'all gotta give my dog a break today because he's got cancer.
That's alright, man. That's alright.
He's gonna be fine though.
Yeah, so hey. Yeah, it's always good as in you kind of diagnose it and then you actually know, okay, this is a problem and now we just have to work on as in kind of bringing it back to normal.
Yeah, well, in this case, I guess the prognosis for treatment with chemotherapy is very high. It's like 90 to 95% success. So I'm very hopeful about the outcome. And so far, he got his first chemo, which was actually, I was surprised. It's very affordable. And he's doing quite well, actually. I don't even really notice much of a change in his behavior other than he doesn't want to eat as much. So I just like made him some nice like soup with like chunks of meat and pumpkin and stuff, which he really liked.
That's actually pretty cool stuff. So Tiger is being spoiled now, eh?
Yeah, well, he was always kind of spoiled, I guess. He's pretty chunky.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get him to lose weight, and everybody around here, it's unsolicited, but they all say, "Oh, he's fat now."
I know. Yeah, Tori knows how to look after the dogs and the cats and the animals. It's good.
Yeah, my mom was actually a veterinarian.
Oh.
So I grew up with all sorts of animals, and like my mom worked at a zoo for a little bit, so I saw exotic animals. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All sorts of different crazy stuff. Even like
that's pretty cool, man. Cause
yeah, it was pretty cool.
See how, as in, most people don't really think that okay, animals are creatures as well, but it's good when actually people realize it that they're kind of similar to humans and go into the place to kind of help them.
Yeah,
which really puts value on the animals and the human as well, because humans, we get happiness from looking up to them, right?
Yeah, yep, for sure. Yeah, I think it's like, you know, a human condition thing is if you're exposed to something enough, then you gain that perspective. Like if you worked a really shit job ever in your life, then that's like a good experience because you can relate to people better. You can be more humble, and like the same thing for myself was like I grew up with animals, taking care of animals, helping my mom, and so like, I really love animals.
I can tell. You can tell the
See through me.
as in it's really easy to see when especially you just said that your dog was looking for a home to go to and you guys
Yeah, I'm a sucker,
were
dude.
like, yeah, why not? Why
I'm a
not?
sucker for that stuff.
No, man, it's good to have those kind of feelings because, yeah, I've seen people that don't treat animals as they should be
Yeah,
treated.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hmm.
Seen that plenty, actually, unfortunately.
Hmm. And it's sad. It's
It
really
is.
sad because animals, as in we humans, were animals first, right?
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah. So anyway, really great to hear that your dogs, as in
Thank
chances
you.
are
Appreciate it.
90 to 95. Yeah, that
Yeah, me
really
too. Me too.
must have. Hmm.
My when the vet told me it was cancer, my heart dropped. And I had heard of that cancer, but I didn't know about the prognosis. And then when I looked it up, when she told me,
Yeah.
slowly I felt better. I was like, okay, it's gonna be okay. And he's only 2 years old, so he can handle it. Like, he can handle the chemo.
I see. Yeah, it's always really relieving when doctors say, okay, this is a problem, but it can be cured.
Yeah, for
And,
sure.
and there are high chances, in fact. That just brings you back up and say, okay, we got this. We can do it together. Mm.
Yeah.
Cool,
All
man.
right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Digression.
No, man.
Thanks,
It's
though. Thanks. Appreciate it, man.
these kind of conversations are important as well. We're not just kind of workaholics, as in just come on the stream and just code. It's good to have this kind of an environment where we can actually talk freely about the things we care about, which is amazing, to be honest.
I agree. I agree.
All right, let's see if my screen is working now.
Roll the
Come on.
dice.
Roll the dice in 3, 2, 1. Kabam. Oh,
Oh,
it
hey.
works. Fantastic.
All right.
Look at that. All right, so I didn't push the code last time I was working with Finesh on this, but the fact that we were doing is we were basically trying to, as in over here, we were trying to create 2 scenarios, as in where we save all the notes and also update one note. So we have both the features. So in terms of updating, we can just come to call one note save, or yeah. So I guess I'm just trying to say that we don't want to get rid of the existing code because it's already working and it might come handy in the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sure, why not? Hey, do you happen to have live share, Zane? Do you know live share?
Yes, I do, and I used to do that with Kartik.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, because
When he was
sometimes,
there.
if I make the screen big, then I can't see the viewers, like if anybody's chatting.
Right.
And
I
also,
see.
it's just a little bit easier to follow along with what you're doing.
Yeah, true. Okay, I will send this to you.
If you just drop that link Don't email me. Just drop the link in the chat for me, and I should be able to join. Yeah, copy. There you go.
For 1 second, I was gonna do that in the comments.
I think you can set it to read only,
True.
so that
Yeah,
people can join but can't open up your
Do
shared
anything.
terminal and start
Yeah.
messing with your computer.
And do basically format the hard drive terminal. Boom, boom, boom.
I
Done.
should do
Okay.
that to my friend. I should find a way to find like a trick dummy app that I can install in his terminal, and it makes it look like he's deleting his whole hard drive.
Oh yeah, true. That would be very interesting to see and watch his reaction.
Yeah. There's got to be something like that.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. I got the link, and that's weird. All right, hold on. You're good to go.
All right. So I was trying to figure out. We have this over there. So we basically want to do now. So this is where save all notes will come in, and just reach a valid note. Okay, interesting. Okay. So save all notes.
Did I join?
I didn't get any of your things. Hang on.
Huh. For some reason, it just keeps spinning.
Is it? I didn't really get any notifications. Bear with me. No, I don't want to send an email.
Huh. Are you are sharing? That's weird.
Hang on a minute. Invite applicant. Okay, I'll send an invite. Do it by that and see what happens. I'll just.
Oh, it's joining. No. It's okay. It's joining finally. I don't know why. It took forever.
Okay. Cool.
That's weird.
I should get notification though.
Yeah, it's just being very slow. I don't know why.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Join the collaboration.
Cool. Okay, it's finally loading up.
Brilliant.
It's probably a Mac thing.
Mm-hmm. Or Windows. Okay, so save on notes. Actually, what I'm gonna do is first do the one note, so this whole code is all right. Save one. Just save. Right. So async. No, but if it's all the saves are there. But this is doing it in all of them. Note. Oh, no. It's just going one by one in each note. Save note. we save or not? Ah, okay, it was up there. All right. Cool. And if we do this, save note one by one. So if we basically pass in what the board ID, okay, so I've got this one, which is fine. So do an wait, save note one by one, and I'll pass in board ID. Board name. That's good. And same goes in this one. Okay, cool. So this is here, and now what we need to do is basically do the code, do the actual code. So this one can come, no present, yeah. One by one, so that will come here. It's great. Request. Oh, right. Do request as well.
You can just have the, you can just add that like note as a parameter to the function. I think that's maybe a little bit easier way to deal with it. Or are you sending back a response as well inside that function?
So you mean in this way?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, at first glance, I was thinking that's maybe an easier way to deal with it. Yeah. Just pass in the note from the request.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Note ID. Yeah, cool. So if we don't need this one now, so that one comes. That one comes where? This is the function itself that's been called over here. Note ID. Oh wow, this is gonna require a lot of changes, to be honest.
Changes. That's a David Bowie reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so it's taking the data as well. Wow, so we need to do the data too. We need to pass in the data too. Interesting.
That's funny. I just saw the email that you sent me, but it for live share, but it said join Kartik Kumar. How did you send it from Kartik's email?
Probably. Oh, yes, because we on roll coded, and this is registered under his name.
But he's gone.
Well, I wouldn't say he's gone.
You're off,
though.
Kartik.
Yeah, he's as in working on other things in the meantime.
Stabbed us in the back. That's what he did.
Right. Well,
You
as
heard it
much as
here,
I
Kartik.
do. Hmm?
I'm calling out Kartik right now. You should come back on the show at least once a week or once bi-weekly. Come on.
Note ID is there, which is Note ID. It's been that way. This is gonna require changes. Well, save notes 1 by 1. So Note ID that one. So we have got that there. We are no longer taking
Don't you
notes.
love refactoring code?
Trust me, at the moment,
Your
no.
face says yes. I love this.
I love your sarcasm.
You look like you're deriving so much pleasure from this.
Yeah, on a Friday night.
Right.
Trust me, I've got bad things to do than refactoring code on a Friday night. Wow. Okay, so it will come in this one. It will come there, yeah, which is fine. No data we need it, so it will check res. Okay, so we're sending it back as well. Well, there goes the res as well in that case. And then it's coming here. We don't need that one. We have the note ID and the data, which is fine. Okay, now we come to board. Yeah.
You're like, we need that.
Then...
Okay, just throw it in as an
What?
Throw it in as a parameter. You're like, we need that. Just throw it in as a parameter.
Just throw in as a parameter. Whatever.
I've done that. I've done that when I'm lazy. I'm like, nah, too much work. Parameter.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting us to as in refactor this much of the functionality at this stage. But yeah, let's do it since we are there. Okay, cool. So we should probably get rid of the for loop and do a map instead.
For the insert a single note?
Yes, insert as in 1 by 1 note.
Why?
Insert
Why change it? It's working.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Screw that.
Yeah, that'll be a smart move there. Thanks for bringing me back to bringing.
Hey, we're here to just put in place this new, easier solution, and we can worry about this old code if we need it later. That's my thinking.
True. Absolutely, though. I would agree. All right, so this one goes there, which is fine. Single notes, we don't have any single notes here, which is great. And notes, yeah, that's fine. I think that should do it, isn't it? Which is virtually now virtual. Shush you. Disable richer syntax for this line.
You know what you could have done is just passed in a single parameter called request, and I think the whole thing would have worked just fine. You could have just passed in the request and response into the function, and it would have worked just fine.
Requesters. Actually, yeah, let's do that.
Because if you just passed in exactly what you need from the Lambda handler, or sorry, no, the express route, the express post route, or whatever this is. Express route, just request and response.
Yeah,
that's all you need to pass in.
Why didn't I think of that
It's
before?
okay.
Really,
I
so
don't know why I didn't stop you. I just thought of it, and I'm like, you know what? We can
yeah.
just save tons of time.
Exactly. But we still need
Put this whole thing
note
out,
ID, isn't it?
get it away, and just take in the
Note ID.
copied version and just change it how we need it, which is actually pretty easy. We don't need a map or anything.
Yeah, true.
We just,
So
hey, here's the note array. Put it in.
Done. Bye bye. Okay, so we got board ID. Where were we using board ID? Oh, it's here, which is there already, so we don't even need that. Board name. Board name. No, we don't need board name either. Passcode. No, don't need that one.
It'll be in the request. Everything
Yeah.
would be in the. There you go. There. That's the easiest refactor, right?
Sorry, why didn't you say that before?
I'm sorry. I was just watching, and then I was like, I didn't catch up to what was going on. I'm just like, oh, okay, we'll just request response.
Try and then wait. Unexpected away inside the for loop. Oh, okay, so this is inside the for loop. That shouldn't be inside the for, or should it?
For the refactored version or for the new implementation?
So
Or the old one?
Old one.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I think that was required actually, because you were updating the note for board and board items.
I'm thinking that saying the
That's
unexpected
odd.
away inside the for loop. So we are inside the for loop at the moment.
Wait, how many notes are getting updated? Just one?
Board ID. Or one only.
Then why is there a loop at all?
As in one by one.
If the board ID.
So basically, this is saying that if the board ID is my board ID, then keep on doing this until all the notes are done, as in one by one.
Why do you need a board items? Boards items right here.
Because there will be multiple boards.
Why are there? I thought you're passing in the board ID, so you don't need to look it up. Or are you doing a scan or something?
So I'm doing a scan here.
Oh, to like verify that the board actually exists?
Yes. So if it's not empty, so if it is empty, then we'll just return the error here.
You could easily just in the future, I'm not gonna do it now, but you could just change this to a get like that. And then you just get the board.
Yes. And that was in my mind, but didn't really want to go to as in
I don't
rabbit hole of the refactoring, because there is a lot of code that can be refactored for sure, 100%.
Finish. 1, 2, 3, not it.
I think he knew that we're gonna be doing this task.
Guys, I can't talk.
I think I'm not well.
And I'm not in Melbourne, and I don't. And my laptop's broken, and I have no internet.
And I don't have internet. Yeah.
And I have code amnesia.
Alright. So okay. So this one comes in all. Since we no, I don't want to go in the rabbit hole of refactoring.
Just
Honestly,
get this old code, just get it out of the way, and then let's just work on the new stuff, and we can refactor this later if we need it. How does that sound?
that was initially the plan, but I keep on going in the refactoring rabbit hole.
Well, then you could literally go back to the start of
You know
how
what?
this
We
was
can even
previously.
start the project from scratch from refactoring, as in write the entire thing in React instead of vanilla JavaScript.
Man, oh man, how I would love to do that.
But nah.
Oh, well, it would be a lot of work, don't get me
It would
wrong,
be.
but
Mhm.
whoa,
Alright.
would it be? It would be a lot easier, to be honest.
So we're getting
Well, for
all
me,
the
I know
boards
React.
in.
I don't know how familiar you guys are with React.
Okay, so it's basically updating all the nodes in the board.
Yeah, so if you need this loop for some reason, which I don't know how it was before, you can put an await here. That's valid. Or await, maybe it's await 4. There's some special syntax. Oh, 4 await?
I don't think you can use await before, can you?
You can.
Okay, interesting.
But maybe not in this. I forget. There is. Maybe you can't use it in 4in. I think you can use it in 4of. I don't know. I don't use it that often, to be honest, so I don't remember.
Okay, hang on a minute. What was this function even doing in the first place?
Updating a note?
No, so updating one note.
That's a lot of code.
Create a node for a specific board. Yeah, so one note in that
So
table.
how did you change it that this syntax is now invalid?
It's
Or is
not
it just
invalid. It's just I've actually forgotten how it works.
okay?
Oh,
Well,
okay. So it's basically getting the single note, as in one note text, and it's appending in the list of board notes.
and where is this board being used? Why do we need the loop? I'm confused.
Okay. Sorry,
Oh,
because
because you're updating
here, here we are getting all the boards from the table. Okay.
Yep.
And we need a way to check if this note belongs to this particular board or not, because there will be multiple notes in one board and there will be multiple boards in the table itself.
Okay, and then so you're looking for first you're checking the board to see if it exists, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
if you don't mind, then we can just do board is equal to board dot items dot find, and then I don't know, I need another variable name.
Or any, trust
Board
me.
without an A.
Or this.
Board, yeah. Board, okay. And then board dot.
Shall I tell you something?
Yeah.
This is exactly why I didn't want to go into refactoring the code because that was in my head, and I was thinking that okay, I'm not gonna go in the rabbit hole of refactoring, but that we are ending up
Whoa.
going in there,
Look at that. Okay, and then
which
board
is good,
ID.
as in we can get
All
rid
right,
of a lot of code.
we can. All right, so BRD. There. So the find method,
Mm-hmm.
board was used before it was defined, so it's boards. My bad. Oops. So there we go. So the board unexpected. Tell this linter to cool off.
Oh,
Man.
Jack Dev's idea. Install
Well, I mean,
Inslint. That would be
there's.
really.
It's easier if there's prettier because prettier
Okay.
does the formatting.
How about at this stage we pretend that we can't see any red squiggly lines because it
I
won't
fixed
complain.
It. It's annoying.
It will still run.
I know. So the find method will look through the items for board and board items. So the boards up here, correct me if I'm wrong, this is items is an array of all the boards with the board ID for each array item. Like there's a board ID property for each board. Like it looks like this, like items.
Okay, hang on. Yes.
Like-
yes.
like
I was gonna do the same.
And then there's like, I don't know, board ID is one of the properties.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So if that's the case, then we use find, which is an array method. Find will look for the board ID that matches the board ID of whatever this variable came from, right? So we'll look for a match, and that will give us that particular array item with it'll give us that object, basically. It'll return that object, the array item, with all of the object properties. So then if we wouldn't need this for loop.
We will still need that for loop.
No, because we found all the board. We found the board, or we didn't. If it's because this for loop is just looking for the board.
Yes, and when we have found the board, what's gonna happen then?
Once we found the board, then we are updating a single note.
Exactly. And where is all this code present?
Yeah, but I'm saying we can get rid of this for loop. We can get rid of this if, actually. And then we can just use the board from here, from this line, as board is present, true table board ID is board ID.
If we do this, board is not null. Actually, I don't want to do that one. Board.
You can literally say if not board, then just return. Because if the find method, the find method will return undefined if it doesn't find a match.
Ah, right. I see.
You can just easy not. And then
Board,
just return back a response, and then we can just get rid of this whole for loop and if check. It's almost, the show's almost over.
I told you. I told you. It will go with a blink of an eye.
Well,
If
I
you
didn't
stop.
know if you needed help with the refactoring because you were having trouble with the await thing, and I'm like, well, if we just get rid of the for loop, we won't need to worry about the await.
Yeah, and that's true as well. Okay, cool. So if the board isn't there, then we just do a return.
Yep.
A string function, so we're expected no return. Okay.
Don't you need to return it though?
Apparently, it was saying it doesn't expect a return.
Your linter is just being silly.
You know what? Forget this one then. Disable for this line. Okay, and
because we need to return out of the lambda. We need to tell it we're done.
Yes, absolutely. So now that we are saying that we have a, so in the case of we have a board, we need to get rid of these lines. Actually, this is all the for loop. So I would bring basically this whole thing over there. God, it's annoying, honestly. Anyway, we are not focusing on this.
The formatting.
Yeah.
You can yeah, I can help you format it, no problem.
That's fine. So we do the single no, which is good. Board is already cleaned up with scope and board is already declared. Okay. Here we go. Cool. So now that we have a board, we update the board, and as in we update the notes in the board. .notes. Okay, and then what do? We don't need this one, and then basically try and do this. And then get rid of.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So if board is present, then if not, so hang on a minute. We need to change this password. No boards. Oh, right. Is board present? So this is just checking for if it's present or not. So we don't even need this anymore. Board not found. We can simply do this one.
Woohoo!
As board
deleting lines like
found.
A senior dev. Same.
Trust me, there's a lot of happiness in this, and a lot of pain as well.
There is sometimes pain in refactoring because you're like, oh man, if only the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Doesn't work like that though.
So 1 by 1. Okay, cool. So this should be it. Yeah.
I think the board not present, is that needed?
Is board.
Yeah, I think the linter is telling you it's never used, so I guess you don't need it anymore.
It is used. Yeah. It is
What?
used.
Where?
It says lying.
It's just no. I mean, it's not used in a like a condition, a function. It's just
Okay, let's get rid of that.
woohoo!
Yeehaw.
Oh wow! Oh, I like it now. It's more readable for sure, dude.
Yeah, I'd agree with that completely. Okay, since we are there, let's
didn't
just
wanna-
do this as well.
You didn't want to see my reaction when I read some of that stuff. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard on my eyes.
very. There we go. We're gonna get rid of some more of the code.
What are you looking for? The board? You can actually use get as well. With get is even easier.
For document or client, we can't.
You can.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's a get method which gets a single item from the
I
collection.
thought that was with the other library. Is it not?
No, it's available. You should even get autocomplete on it.
Alright, I'm lost. Where was I? Ah, here. So
Because
all
get
we
will
need
just look up. Get will just look up
board ID.
at one item. Get item.
Okay, we can try this as well.
I don't
So in
remember.
that case, because the reason why I'm saying it is I'll show you.
We're gonna save you money on that DynamoDB too.
Oh yeah, document client. Does that have document methods? So if you check, you won't really have the get method in it, unless I was blind completely. Yes, I was blind. Yes,
now you
get
can
method
see.
here.
But now you can see.
Query. So
Yeah, here's
directly accesses.
Here's an example from the AWS docs for the read operation.
Directly. Oh, so this one, it directly accesses items from the table by primary
much
key.
easier, right?
Oh, that's a query, but what get does is it returns a set of attributes for the item as well.
Right, so you can just get the board ID.
Yeah. So, yeah, precisely.
And then if it ain't there, then it's an error because it's not a board.
Get params.
Well, I sure learned a lot from watching you guys do the show and coding as well, both on the stream and with you guys too. And that helped me practice my AWS skills a lot. So it was good for me.
Oh, really good to him, man. And
yeah, and you guys you guys were encouraging for me to go get my AWS certs, so I always appreciate that as well. It seems so scary. It seems so scary.
Okay, we're gonna have to go in the debug mode now, because I don't know if this is gonna work. Params.board ID.
Did you see the example?
No, I didn't.
So there's a part, if it doesn't directly get you to that part on the page. Yeah, read item.
Read an item.
That's an example of the usage for get. get the, so the params is that you just need the table name and then the key.
Oh, so just table and the key, nothing else.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
So not expression attribute, table and the key, that's all.
We could even try it from the CLI first if you wanted, because you can use the get. But whatever, I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna probably actually test this in my own time because
Okay,
my eyes are literally closing,
how's work? Tiring.
but enjoyable.
Good, good, good.
Mm.
Would
Yeah,
you
so
do you mostly use C# at work or
so
JS?
C Sharp, JS, React, ASP.NET, SQL, VB.NET.
Whoa,
So,
that's a lot.
but
Wow,
it's really good as in exposure to the entire stack, though. As in
sounds
really
like
good.
it.
Hmm.
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
That's
because
that's a
I don't
lot to
really
take on.
wanna. True, true. And I don't really wanna, as in, be a master in just one thing. I just wanna be a bit of everything. So I'm kind of jack of all trades, basically.
Yeah, it's good to have a lot of different utilities for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm.
I I uh, I I've stuck to pretty much only JavaScript and TypeScript if you consider that anything different, and I still stink at TypeScript, but I'm learning. But it doesn't really matter. But I like that I've stuck to one language right now at this point in my coding career. Then it allows me to not have to focus on the code, the syntax so much because I'm just so comfortable with JavaScript at this point
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like it helps me be able to dive more into the deeper, like conceptual parts, the more architectural parts of coding, the more like I guess the patterns, the more advanced patterns, and like just understanding the different like processes in say Node.js and not having to worry about the syntax because I'm already comfortable with JavaScript. So I like that it's working for me.
Which is brilliant, man, because as in not necessarily what works for me would work for you and
Oh
vice
sure, yeah.
versa, and it's kind of personal preferences as well,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm terrible at SQL. Um, I don't know anything about C#. I don't know anything about any other coding language pretty much. And yeah, so like I'm not as like throw me in a non-JavaScript environment, I'm not going to help you.
I see. Yeah,
So depends,
I think
right?
it's good to yeah, it's good to be as in the way you're comfortable with as well, because most importantly, if you're not comfortable in one approach, then you're not really gonna enjoy it, and when you don't enjoy it, you're not gonna learn it. So it's
Oh,
good
that's for
that
sure.
mm, it's good that you've actually figured out that okay, I want to just master one thing and master it brilliantly, that I can actually code in my sleep in just that thing.
Yeah, yeah, basically. So I feel like I like it for me right now. Later it will change, but right now I like it because I can just get deeper and deeper and deeper without worrying about learning a new syntax or learning about the new differences between compilers and different languages. Like as a front end person or even back end, there's so much to learn: tooling, DevOps, cloud, like
It never ends.
Webpack,
Yeah.
linting, like
Mm.
build, like TypeScript. So like all that stuff, it doesn't even have anything to do with like the language you're writing in, right? With the
Yeah.
exception of TypeScript, but I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter.
True.
So it's like
I
it's
think
good.
they are. Mm-hmm.
I was just saying it's good because it allows me to focus on that stuff right now in learning those things instead of going and learning like Golang and Python or something, which would be also useful, yes, but I'm like I like to try to strengthen those other core parts right now for first, I guess. Because you can just keep going deeper and deeper, you know?
Of course.
It's
There's
crazy.
a lot of things out there. It will never ever end.
It's true.
As in, when you learn something for the first 6 months, you know that there's a new version out already.
Yeah, for sure.
But
yeah, there's stuff in React that's gonna be coming and probably pretty soon, releasing React version 18, which I think has some pretty big changes, and I don't even know what's going on there because I haven't had the time to go check it out.
Yeah, and that makes sense though, because see, this is the part that why I love as in software development and the tech space, is because there's always new things coming out, and if I do one thing over and over and over again, I'll get bored really easily.
No, you can't get bored of this job.
No.
You get, the only thing that happens to you get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Exactly. True. Even though it's long work hours, but the time just flies past, man.
It
As
does.
in, especially when you're debugging, you easily spend 6 hours in debugging trying to see how the thing is working, where the bug is, and how it's happening, and the next thing you know, hang on, it's 5 already.
And I didn't eat.
Yeah. I even forgot my lunch. How dare I?
Yeah, I know.
And then when you find the problem, the fix is basically 2 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. I know. Sometimes it's like, I'm like, I just need to get this one thing fixed, and then I'm gonna go do this. Okay.
And that happens after hours.
Yeah, but sometimes it takes 30 minutes, but sometimes it takes, you're like 4 hours later, you're like, oh my God, I thought it was gonna be easy.
Yeah, true. And this is exactly what really got me into the space, as in just it's not predictable at all.
It's hard.
And I don't like the predictable stuff.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, there's drawbacks, right? Like losing track of time, or just like, you know, that type of stuff. But I agree. It's very fun. It's not predictable. It gets the more you do, I would say, the easier it becomes. Like doing those more basic, like you just keep going on more advanced stuff.
Yeah.
And the easy stuff just is like whatever. But like
but
there's no end to there's just no end to the advanced stuff. So it just consistently stays difficult, I think, right? Because you just start working on
difficult. I would say interesting.
I would say I like things that are challenging because I find them interesting. So for me,
I like that.
I
Yeah.
say difficult, meaning like it's challenging. Like I started learning whatever time ago, and like from then I knew nothing, and now I feel like I know a little bit of something.
True.
And
True.
it's just like amazing looking back on all the knowledge I've gained about certain segments of like development in that amount of time versus back then I knew nothing at all. I knew nothing. So it's
think
cool.
we've all been there.
And I'm
We've
still
all
like
been
I
there.
don't even I'm still like, wow, I got so much further to go.
Still
Which
a long
really
way
means
to
there's no
go.
end in sight. There's no end in sight for sure, but
No. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's been a great session. Really, really good progress as well. Yeah. So let's end it. So do you wanna do the honors?
sure. So today we continued working on the new post route to save all the notes in one request, and we refactored a little bit of code as well, and we had some good chats.
Yep. And if you wanna have some or hearing or be a part of this fun chats, and join us tomorrow, same time, same place, and no, on Sunday, same time,
Where there
same
will be a
place.
special surprise.
Yes, he knows it. He knows it already. Right?
So if you want to see the special surprise, you should join on Sunday.
Definitely. All right, guys. Have a
Have a
good
great
night,
night.
and
Thank you, everyone.
we'll see you on Sunday.
Thanks, Zane.